Today I'm going to be taking some 10 gauge copper wire and measuring out 4 inches of it. I'm going to mark it with my Sharpie so that I know where to cut. Here comes the fun part. Place your wire on your bench pen and use your jeweler saw frame to move up and down and saw through the whole piece of wire. Don't forget to put your wax on like I did. You need the lubrication so you have a smooth cut, and it also helps your blade last longer. Once your wire is cut, you want to go ahead and take a soft hammer, a rawhide mallet, or like, and straighten out the wire a bit. Try not to over hammer because we don't want to work hard on the wire just yet. We need to take care of filing these ends before we begin shaping. So with my half round file, I will begin slowly removing all the burrs from the ends of these wires. It's important to support your work with your bench pen while doing this. If you don't, you'll get fatigued and you won't have a clean edge. When I'm finished filing, I'm going to use some 220 emery paper wrapped on a paint stick or just any old stick that's flat and remove all the burrs. So you want to file first and then sand. These are going to be curled up really tightly, so if we don't take care of this now, we won't have an opportunity to be able to reach it later. Now that my edges are smooth, I'm going to take a ring mandrel and either place it in a vise, or if you have these holes on your bench, you can do that. Now I'm using my soft rawhide mallet to begin to form this piece of copper into an S shape. Be sure to flip the wire over, and remember, one end is going to be wider than the other. So I've got my basic shape here. I'm grabbing a pair of round flat pliers and I'm going to manually manipulate this wire with those pliers, creating one very small loop. The other loop will remain open, and I'm going to put a little squiggle thing in there so it flips up at the end. I use my rawhide mallet to help me close that loop up. Oopsie, hold on tight. If you don't have this kind of plier, you could use a small mandrel to hammer it around, or round pliers. The round will just put an extra mark in there that you'll need to go in and clean up. Now that those little details are finished, go ahead and continue to tighten that loop. You can finish it up by hammering with your soft mallet. Now we have our basic Japanese fishhook shape. These actually come in a variety of shapes, so feel free to adjust on your aesthetic. Using a jeweler's chasing hammer, I'm giving the shape that I'm happy with a nice work hardening. Each blow of the hammer compresses the molecules in the metal, making it really hard and strong. We want to be able to hang our keys or possibly a small bag with this hook. Now we're going to use our trusty riveting hammer. With a cross peen end, we're striking the metal on the curve, and the intention behind this is to thicken that area. It will actually thin, but it's going to widen it. We'll flip it over and do the same thing. Now I'm going back to the chasing hammer, and this time using the ball peen end. And my intention behind this is to true everything up and give it a really nice texture. I love the texture. It's almost like little polka dots. And it's okay to bend it with your hands to get it flat, but I often pick up my leather mallet and strike it to flatten it in between steps. Generally, if you do a very good job at forging, you should not have to go back and use your emery paper. But I got a little bit rowdy there, and I just had a few sharp areas to clean up. So as a beginner, it's okay if you need to go ahead and sand that. Now I'm just going back in and really refining, adding texture where I may have missed it. Ouch, that is sharp. I have got to get back on that with my emery stick and smooth those burrs down. Nice. Now that that's totally soft and smooth, I'm just gonna hit it a couple more times with my rawhide mallet before cleaning it up and getting ready to do a patina. So I've prepared a bowl of hot water, and I am now taking 400 grit emery paper and just cleaning it up, getting the oils off. You could use hot soapy water and a brass brush as well. You just need to make sure that your metal is clean and oil free to accept the patina. Now here I'm using concentrated liver of sulfur gel. I just dip my copper tongs in and mix it into the hot water. Holding your finished piece with your copper tongs, submerge it and swish it around in the water. I often stop and rinse it with hot water or have another container beside me. And you do this a few times until you get the desired color you would like. Now, it's not harmful to get on your hands, but it will make your fingers yellow. So be sure to use your tongs. Now that I've got a nice dark consistency, I'm going to take a brass brush, some soap, and some water and go over the whole project. When dry, the liver of sulfur leaves behind sort of a chalky black surface, so you just want to brush that off. That's why we do this. And I want to then further how my pattern looks. So I'm going to take a little piece of steel wool and just brush again all over the piece to remove the liver of sulfur from the high spots. Ooh, this guy is looking good. I am very excited about how this piece is turning out. Now I've dried my piece, and I'm going to use this butcher's wax with a small paintbrush. And I place it on a paper towel, and you just need a little bit. You want to coat the entire piece with the wax. Oh, Jackson dog, I'll be done soon, I promise. Now you guys want to let that dry for 10 to 15 minutes. The container will tell you. Once it's dry, take a soft cloth or paper towel and remove any excess wax You want to get it out of the crevices. If you have trouble, you can use a toothbrush, but you're kind of buffing it at the same time, and this will seal in your patina. And we are looking fab. Here's the finished Japanese style fish hook. Here it is with some keys and on an actual keychain. Thanks for watching, guys.